Hello, back again with another video. Today we are going to continue the yellow rectangle that I've been making, that I started in the last video. What's this, you say? A voiceover? That's new. Yeah, well, I wanted to sit on the floor and I don't have a mic situation set up right now. I do have a really cheap pair of earbuds that have a mic, but they sound like they just capture no amount of the frequency range. They captured just like the tiniest slice, so my voice sounds very tinny and also far away. So right now I'm just using my phone microphone, just holding it while watching the video in the video editor. I'm using DaVinci Resolve. It's a far more powerful program than I could ever know what to do with, and many more buttons than I can even comprehend. But I can cut things and move things around and add audio and export, so it works for me. Really rainy day. Finally some rain. Oh man, the heat wave was bad, and I was worried about the bugs and the leaves and the dirt and the worms and the birds. Well, the birds can fly to the lake and get some water there. I was looking at a bunny rabbit the other day munching on some grass, and I was just worried about it. I hope it can get enough water from the grass, but I don't imagine it's making a journey down to the water. But yeah, rainy day, tons of rain, there was thunder, there's lightning, and not as much as I hoped. I hoped that like you could hear in the main video like a raining ambiance and added thunders and lightning, and it would be this sort of cozy, come crochet with me while it's storming outside. I didn't quite get that that vibe. Maybe if I had a bunch of microphones, I could mic up the window, but you would just hear air conditioners running because it's still very hot. So I could probably find some royalty-free, I guess you can't really get DMCA striked for rain sounds, so I could probably find some rain sounds and just add them, but then that would be a bunch of artifice. But then, I don't know, isn't everything a bunch of artifice? Like, I don't sit on the floor with, various yarns spread out just so and crochet. Like, this is artifice. So where does that end? I don't know. But yeah, cozy day. It's been enjoyable to work on this yellow square, turning into a rectangle. I sort of started it because in the last video, like I was saying, like just go make something, just do it for the sake of it, just create. And I really enjoy the motion of the Tunisian crochet. I can do it almost in my sleep. So it's a very low stress activity, low brain power activity. Whereas, the tapestry, I gotta sit down and do the tapestry. A sidebar here, I think I gotta do it. I think I gotta sit down and just make a video out of it. And it's just like, come hang out with me for an hour while I put in 50 stitch markers, counting 500 stitches and losing my mind. And at least it'll feel like I'm not just putting in stitch markers, but I'm also making a video out of it. And just, maybe we'll go full artifice mode, add some rain and thunder, and just have a cozy, come get your art, get your tea, come hang out with me while I do this maddening process that will allow me to do the next rounds, which I do want to do. Not quite up to the butterflies, but we're almost there. There's a few, I think they're like symbolic rounds of like life and death, and they're like bridges. I don't quite understand the symbolism, but that's okay. Anyway, sidebar closed. I've loved making this, and I just started doing it without any plan, and I finished it, I don't know if I finished it in this video. I think I finished it in this video. But then I picked up some more yarn later. I was watching the World Cup with my family, and I just grabbed some more yarn with me and started working just on another square, on another rectangle. And organically the thought came to me of, wow, wait, I could just continue making squares. This is like so much fun. I could do this anytime. And then I could stitch them together into like a huge, multicolored, different shape, size, skinny, fat, big, small, like wall tapestry of just panels. Like I can just stitch the panels together into a big tapestry. And that would be beautiful. And I can even, if I get another Tunisian crochet hook that's like a much bigger size, I think I would enjoy doing this with like chunkier yarn. I could have like different textures, different colors, different. Like the next yarn I worked on is like, it's like a variegated yarn. Kind of looks like salmon with the skin. So it's got like salmon colored, but then also mixed with like some white and black, or like grayish. So you really see the salmon once you can see a fillet of salmon once you think about it. But like, what an enjoyable activity to do, and what an enjoyable like discovery, and what a solidification of this point that I was making last video of like, just go and make something, because you never know what that will become. Now, don't do it because you're hoping that you'll win the jackpot, that you'll come on some idea and be like, oh, I'm gonna make this great tapestry. Just do it because you enjoy it. And then you never know what happens, like where your brain takes it. So it might be a dead end. You know what? It might be a dead end. And if it's a dead end, like you see the little bits that I have on my couch, like I love those. I don't really have plans for them. They're just like little bits of fabric that I love. And it's really cozy to walk into my apartment and you just see like bits of yarn and cloth and different crafts everywhere. It tells the story of a person who likes to work with their hands, likes to do cozy crafts. And like, that's me. So, and it makes me happy to see all of them. So worst case scenario, it's just another bit of fabric, another textile lying around, a little bit of color. And then you never know where the brain takes it. It's funny to watch myself doing the crochet, and I get into this very like jerky motion. It kind of looks it looks almost violent, like I'm like really violently twisting my hands. Like it doesn't look calm, even though I feel calm. I always gotta check a stitch. When I go too fast, I gotta check a stitch. Oopsie. Pulling out stitches. Okay, back to normal. Go. You can see in the top corner there's this pickles. I was at a thrift store. Maybe it was Goodwill? I don't know. Goodwill's been kind of disappointing. I feel like the prices keep going up and they don't have 50%, 75% off tags anymore. I went to a new thrift store. Might be local. And I saw like they had a crazy selection, and they had 50% off tags, 75% off tags, really good prices. I got a whole bunch of new clothing. You'll probably see it in a future video. Got some really cool like two-tone pink pants, really awesome jacket, and just like some other cool stuff. Like, oh yeah, cool like linen pants. Linen cotton blend pants with a yellow belt. Oh, so good. The yellow belt was separate, but I think it goes nicely with the sort of earthy tones of the linen cotton blend. So I'm excited to, I have to do some laundry, wash it, and try it out. But yeah, I got this, it was just like a sketchbook at a thrift store, and it had like the first 5-10 pages filled in with various sketches. So every month or so I flip to a new page and I just leave that lying around. And so it's the month of pickles. Just a jar of pickles, just so. And aren't they delightful? Don't you want to eat them? Yum. On the bottom sort of center left, near my leg, you can see this big jumble of, miscellaneous yarn. That is my big bag of ends. I have not been throwing out my ends ever since I started the tapestry. That's what started it. I had the idea of, if I save all of my ends, maybe I can make like a piece of art out of all the ends. And I like the story of that. I like the idea of all of these pieces that you would throw away, sort of the castaways, and make them into a piece on their own. I'm not really sure what it looks like, and I have no plan for it, so I just continue collecting my ends beyond. You can see there's chunky yarn in there. There's plenty of yarn that's not the tapestry. And I don't know what that's going to become. Maybe one day I'll sit down and make a video of it and try to make a project out of it. I've thought of like pinning them to a backing. It's like a big backing, maybe like a cork, and like making a piece of art, like drawing out of it. That would be tough for me. I'm not as good at drawing or designing. Like I'm not very good at basic artistic principles of proportion, size, shape, color. I'm much better at following instructions. I just about finishing a degree in engineering in college. So very good at following instructions, following this is exactly how this should be done in this way. Like, sure, yeah, you give me 500 pages of clear instructions, I'll make a tapestry. But then when it's come to like designing a piece of art on its own, that's a lot more difficult. Luckily for me, I have a few very artistic friends, so maybe they could design something and then I could try to, or we could just do it together. Just try to make a piece of art out of it, like a collage type, like a mosaic collage situation. That could be really cool. Like maybe like a portrait of someone's face. Oh, that could be so cool. Okay, let's pin that for the future. Maybe that will be a future video, or just a future endeavor, whether it's a video or not. I'm definitely excited to see what I end up doing with all of these ends. So stay tuned for that. I am excited. We should be getting more rain this week. And I know some people can't handle the gloomy days. Like, it directly affects their mood and they just become gloomy. For me, like, there's a limit. I need a balance. If you give me a heat wave with a week of just straight 90-degree sun, 100-degree sun, I need some contrast. So I'm excited for more rain. There it is. And there it is. Little rectangle of yellow. Very pretty. I love it. It's not as soft as other things. This is a particularly cheap acrylic yarn. I don't remember where I got it from. It's just been lying around. It's kind of a scratchy acrylic. So acrylic is cheap, usually cheap in the first place, and this is like a particularly cheap acrylic. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, a little rest on the floor, little cozy rainy day. Stay warm, stay cool, stay hydrated, stay wet. Go out into the rain and frolic and such. And stay crafty. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.